Look at that. Perfect. Lots of swirls. Let's go ahead and save it. Now you could actually see everything on the inside, like a bunch. Hello guys! Today I would like to show you something very special, and it's called BricsCAD. This is something I actually designed just a little while ago. Guys, as a 3D designer on paper, this software is really amazing. This is truly near and dear to my heart because finally I could take my designs to the next level, and I could design simple buildings like this to skyscrapers and anything else I could put myself to the imagination, including some 3D cars. Now these particular cars, buses, and people I did not design. However, this building I did. This is basically glass on it, and you could see some bricks and things like that. So today we're actually going to be building a pretty interesting building back here. I actually already picked out a real estate for it and already paid for the lot. Just kidding, it's free. We're gonna actually build a huge skyscraper right over here in the style of a Roman architecture. Well, it's not gonna be like Roman architecture, but you guys know that one building that is patent designed, some kind of guy designed it a while back, and it looks like it's leaning to the side. This is going to be something similar I'm going to be building here, except we're gonna build it out of pretty much steel and glass. It's going to be a modern style design. So anyways, let's continue. Before we actually begin, I would like to thank BricsCAD for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much, BricsCAD. So, anyways, let's get started. I first want to show you where you could get your own copy of BricsCAD, and here it is. This is basically the tutorial guides for it. BricsCAD Shape. So basically, BricsCAD offers a variety of software. Here's some of the packages that they have. Basically, they got the BricsCAD Classic, BricsCAD Platinum, BricsCAD Pro, and they got BricsCAD Beam, BricsCAD Mechanical, and BricsCAD Ultimate, and of course they have Communicator for BricsCAD. But to get you started, they have a free software that is called BricsCAD Shape, and that's the software I'm actually going to be using today. This software might be free, but here's the thing, they haven't skipped out on the software at all. It has pretty much all the features that you need, and it does not have the stuff that you don't need. So here's some of the training videos. As you could see me scrolling through, it will actually teach you in 25 minutes how to use the software. And I didn't use the software before. I've used some stuff, some other software, um, but I really love the way the software works. It actually was quite easy to learn and begin using. It only took 25 minutes because this is 25 videos right here, and each video is just 1 minute long. So if you missed a step, you could kind of go back and do it again. So anyways, let's go back to the software. Of course, this is the BricsCAD Shape, and we also have the BricsCAD Platinum. I do want to show you. I got a 30-day free trial, and you guys could too. So you could actually start designing from a template. Uh, and actually, I don't have a template. I could use, I could use like one of these here. You could choose what you want. So I'll actually exit out of that. So this is what BricsCAD Platinum looks like. It is actually very intuitive software, and you can see there's like a lot of different buttons because it could do a lot. But we're not going to focus on that today because this could be overwhelming for some people. But I'm pretty sure some people that are watching right now, they are designers, and they're probably wondering like, what is BricsCAD? Well, it's a software that lets you design and create 2D technical drawings and floor plans, kind of like similar to this, except this is not really a floor plan. Um, and basically, it allows you to do 3D modeling, which I have done here. And basically, BricsCAD is very similar to AutoCAD, except I think it's a lot better than AutoCAD. And that's because some of the features that they have, AutoCAD kind of like misses out. So we're just gonna like just try to work at, from the top of my head, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to actually start using the software. We're gonna go through some of the tools that are pretty common, to use. As you could see, we don't have that many tools here. It looks like we don't, but actually we have plenty of tools. The good thing is I'm gonna get the confusion out of the way for you guys so you could quickly start designing. And let's go ahead and actually start designing. And we're gonna start by creating a pretty simple shape. So we're gonna start by creating a square. So as soon as you put the square down, you could actually immediately raise the square up. There we go. The square is now raised. Now what we're gonna do is I want the square to be tilted a little bit because my idea of today's building is going to be tilted. So let's go ahead and tilt the square, and we're gonna actually do it with a manipulator tool. And of course we have nothing selected, except we're gonna try to focus on the corner here and press down your right mouse button for 3 seconds and let go. And then of course this tool shows up here. So you could start shaping it by doing something like this, as you could clearly see. So we're gonna just make it slightly tilted. This box looks kind of boring a little bit, let's give it some character. You could actually, we're actually gonna spread out the bottom to make it look kind of like a trapezoid. I believe that's what it's called. So if you want to move this manipulator tool down, you can by selecting this white circle, holding it with your right mouse button, and just drag it down, and basically like that, it kind of finds its way here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's what it was doing. It was just selecting the wrong piece. So now we could actually do that with the top, or basically make it slanted. So that's actually what I wanted to kind of do. That's what I was creating. So we're gonna also do the same thing for this side. We're gonna hold down on the corner for 3 seconds. Let go. Okay, finally I grabbed the right. I want to show you how to do like a big cutout over here. And here's the way we're gonna actually do it. We're actually gonna hit exit, and we're basically right in the middle, and then we're gonna hit that little box, but we're not really touching it, and scroll over to the offset. So now we could kind of drag this around, and we're gonna, like, once we like where it's at, which I like mine right here, we're gonna hit mouse button. Once you hit it, you want to come down over here kind of to the middle or anywhere where the green is, and first of all we're gonna hit escape, and go on this here. So like as soon as you land on like this space, like where it highlights, this will start showing up, this little menu thing. And I'm not really clicking anything. I just basically highlight it, and then I hit on this offset tool, but I did not actually hit it. I just kind of point to it, and then we want this solid extrude tool. So I just hit it right now, and then by moving it forward, we could actually change the shape of our building, or we could actually extrude it all the way out. So this is what we have right now. So now I want to show you how to use the cutout tool. So we go to the cutout tool, and we just hit on the floor here, and we separate the floor. And actually for this trick I don't want the floor to be separated. I just wanted to show you how that works. So we're gonna hit Control Z command, and you could get rid of it like that, or do the undo over here where the edit is. You could do that. So here's what we wanted to do. I want to show you how to close the sides right back up and leave kind of like the building empty on the inside, because I'm not going to try to go in too technical right now. And because it would take a lot of time. So basically what we did is we put a line right there using this offset type of tool. Now let's say we wanted to quickly close up this hole. We're going to highlight the blue, not the green, not this other side of the green, but just the blue line, very small line. We're going to go to this tool right here and we're going to actually pull it out like that. And now the box is closed. So what we could also do is we could close this side of the box, but we could do it with the copy tool. Let's go and use this push tool, and we're going to push it till it's closed. Well, right about there. This is good. We could also come in and select this extrude tool, and we could actually push it in a little bit. Let's say like we don't want it out that much. See, that's what we did there. By the way, guys, once you know how to navigate and move things around, which, you know, it's going to make your life a whole lot easier. I hold shift and then my mouse wheel, and then with the mouse wheel I click an object that I want to move. So you could be kind of creative with it, and and then if you just want to pull something, just don't hold shift, hold your mouse wheel and grab your picture. Of course, you could actually just hold that stuff like that and then turn around. But anyways, I want to get to designing. So here's what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna work with some squares, circles, and then we're gonna work with like some triangles, and basically we're gonna use all the shapes. And here's where you have all the shapes. You have them right here. You basically hold down on this little square icon with the box, and you get the pyramid, you get a wedge in there, cylinder, cone, sphere, and then basically we have this tool which creates walls. I'll show it to you in just a moment. Very easy to use. Well, actually, let's make a little example right here. So basically this is how you create like walls. So you draw it, put a point in it, then another point, and then another point, and then basically let's say like we're not going to try to complete it just for fun. You see how it's trying to draw right now? Just hit like a right button and let go. And what you could do is you could actually raise it, and it's going to raise it for you. So let's lower it down some and hit the left mouse button, and this is what we kind of created. Let's call it a playground. So we could possibly put some playground in there for the kids, you know, kind of like a playground next to the shopping center and a big office building. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to select the square because I have an idea in mind and I want to kind of for me to do that. Let's make it a little bit more kind of like right here in the center, because it's going to help for the future of the building. Now you could also select how big you want this box to raise, or you could kind of like manually slide your mouse up and down, just like you'll be scrolling or something. We're dealing with inches, so I'm just gonna put 200 down, see where that gets us. So 200 kind of gets us this little slab right here, which is fine. That could be for good measure. So I could actually choose, let's say like I don't like this type of measurement, I could choose to basically offset it, and I could actually make it taller. And let's say I wanted it, let's say like 900. Let's do like 900. Boom. That's a little bit more like it. That's the way I would like my side. Now, with this building, I'm going to be actually doing something interesting. So this is going to be something that I want to do to it as well. Sort of like we're gonna create like a little supports, and we're gonna like drag it out like that. And now upon looking at the building, it's kind of where I want it to be. As you could see, it's already leaning towards the right here. So that's the idea that we want to maintain. And I'm gonna actually surprise you a little bit once we actually at the top of the building. So now we're looking at the square. We're gonna need to draw another square, and you could just start at any point. Probably be better to work from here because I could see at least what I'm drawing. Because supposedly there's like a sun, and what the sun will do, let's see, that's gonna be like 1,000. So what the sun does, it actually creates reflection, which is kind of cool. And at some angles, it's a little bit difficult to see. But we're not trying to create like anything perfect by any means. We're just trying to have fun right now with the design and kind of keep things in alignment a little bit. But obviously, you could really get in and be creative with it, with your own ideas. Just want to basically show you how some of these tools work. So we're gonna actually do 1,000, and right about here, what I want to do is I want to start showing you a different tool, how to use that, and that's a Extrude tool. So I already showed you how to cut out some stuff. So we're gonna need to do an offset. So the offset is going to be kind of like right there, and I kind of like this method because it keeps things very square. Let's do the offset. So now we're gonna come down to the center here, and we're actually gonna hit the extrude, and we're gonna raise it. Let's see if we could put 1,000 in here and see if it's gonna do the same thing. Surely it does. So you could see there's actually lots of ways of doing stuff. So this building's looking very nice. So we're gonna go ahead and, well, I selected a square naturally. No, we're gonna go back to the offset because I want to teach you guys how to use some tools that are probably not commonly on your mind to use. So that way you could be, after watching this video, you're gonna have a little bit of an insight as to how this actually works. So we're gonna do the offset again, and then we're gonna go to, so we're extruding this portion, put another 1,000. I hope you guys are not seasick just yet. But yeah, my advice for beginners would be this. There's of course tutorial. There's 25 videos that is teaching you how to use the software. Exactly. So my advice is while you're learning and you're watching those videos, of course, download the version of CAD Shape. That way you could actually start practicing right away. So when you see in the software like the video and it's showing you how to do certain things, after watching that for like 1 minute, pause it, go actually practice this feature. That's what I did. Go practice it. If you feel like you got a hang of it, look at that, we're really flipping things around here. If you feel that you got a hang of it, then move on to the next feature. Okay, so I actually think this is big enough. So one of the things that towers have is they have pointy things on them and things of that nature. So let's do something like that. Let's put a cone shape. We could put a pyramid shape. What do you want, guys? Pyramid or cone? They work about the same. So pyramids, they like for you to start like from the center. Look at that, actually twisted itself. I kind of like that. I like the fact that it actually twisted. So now that we actually built the structure, so let's actually go ahead and copy it if I haven't highlighted it. So you could actually slide from right to left. It's going to be green like this, and then from left to right. and it's going to be blue, and that kind of like does different things. So now we could actually copy this. So now we copied it. We'll just put it right there, I guess. This will allow me to actually show you how to use the moving type of tool. For some reason, I forgot how to move it, but there's another way. There's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. So basically what I did is kind of like from right to left to highlight it, and then you do that. For some reason I just kind of forgot. So you could kind of see we have like kind of like those little towers. So let's do something else. We're going to create a cylinder. I actually kind of like this. Sometimes things happen for a reason. That's good. Okay, that is actually good. I actually have an idea behind that, and that's because our building is going to take another turn. And what I want to do is I want to actually extrude this. See, we're going to go to draw. I'm going to select the center circle, and we're going to basically extrude it right here. And to do that, basically going to go up. I'm going to go up 1,000 feet up in the air. And then we're going to do the same thing for this. You know, you just design what you want, and I want to do it one more time, and then we're going to do a different type of shape. Okay, now I want to actually put a cone on it to make things a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. We're going to take and hold that down, slide down to the cone. Sure, I make it as straight as possible. And then I want to raise this. I don't have enough space, so this is what I do to maneuver things. Just hold shift while I actually do it. So yeah, it looks like a big pencil. And now of course I still want to add my circle to it. Well, I keep calling it a circle, but it's more of a sphere. Well, it's very tiny, isn't it? It almost points to have it there, but we have it. Let's observe it and see what our tower looks like. So definitely it's real tall compared to this store right there. Let's see what kind of view they're getting. Well, actually, it's hard to get any view. You have to really stand back and then view it from the distance. By the way, guys, if you're at this type of stage, you could actually hit this zoom icon. There's of course zoom in, zoom out, and then you could just do that. Make it straight like that. And you have this thing that looks like a clock. This will give you the top view. So we're going to go to the top. Look at that. See? Very easy. And then of course I'm going to point to the area that I want to zoom into, hold shift, and keep going. So this is the area that I want to work on next, and do some kind of interesting thing. So now I want to actually extrude this down. Let's see, let's put 30,000 in. This definitely beats having to drag it down. Oh, that is perfect. Look at that. It actually went right inside the building, and that's just kind of like the effect I wanted to show you guys, that you could quickly kind of like change the shape of it. And I also want to do something with the triangle, but on the sides. Here we go. And then we're going to go towards the bottom over here. And I actually wasn't really sure. I wanted to create actually a round building, but I'm thinking, you know, I also want to create 30,000. So 1, 2, 3, a square building, and just kind of like make it all work together and try to show like how different type of these shapes they actually work together. See, look at that. It went in there nicely. So what we're going to do over here is we're actually going to create a square. So that's about good right there. We're gonna give it the number 300. So that's about right. Now we're gonna do the same thing over here. And we're gonna make that 300. There we go. Now we're gonna need to take an extrude tool by holding down in the corner there, and then let's try to make it into a triangle and be done with it. Yeah. So now we're gonna need to do the same thing to this side. And let's see if 70 will work. Yeah, work like a charm. That's exactly what we want now. So what we want to do here is we're going to go ahead and actually extrude it down and select that tool, and let's put 30,000. So let's see if that actually went far enough. Yes, it did. Perfect. So now we're going to actually do same thing over here. I'm going to put 30,000. Now that went. Now let's see this building, how it looks like. It actually looks pretty interesting. I wonder though if we could do something back here. I would like a nice transition back here. Really don't know what I want yet, but I think if I could possibly extrude this a little bit. Let's see if I could do that. That's 25 degrees. Yep, that looks kind of interesting. Let's do the same thing to this side. Oh, 25. Then enter. So now we have something that looks more interesting. But what I want to extrude this into the actual building. So we're gonna do that. Again, it kind of stopped. Just make this one about the same height, and we're gonna finish it off by just simply selecting extrude tool again, and well, maybe not that dull, just a little bit. We're not trying to be really perfect with it. So now we want to make it more round over here on this side. So let's see if we could actually do that. We're going to do this cylinder. So let's do 350. That's perfect. And then we're going to do 5,000. Let's see what that does. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Let's do the same thing over here with the length of 5,000. Same thing for here. 350. And 5,000. Yeah, that's really looking exactly what I wanted. That's really awesome. High tech, yet elegant. $350. Zoom out a little bit. And then 5,000. So now things are looking pretty decent. Let's see if this reminds us what a Roman building looks like. Yeah, let's save it before then. Let's see, let's first do the very top view. And now we're gonna put it to the side. Look at that, guys. That is a skyscraper. For sure. Look at that. So now let's make it all glass. Okay. There's actually a really easy way to do glass, and that is by painting it. So which building do we want? We have green glass, we have gray glass. Let's do a little bit of everything. Let's do like green for the cylinders, and anything we have, you know, kind of like a design that was added. And the rest of the building, we want to make it blue glass. That's blue. And that's blue. Now for the bottom shape, I think I want to do something else. I mean, leaving it gray, it's not that unique, but I want to show you something else we're going to do. We're going to do a different type of glass there. But first, so what we want to do here is we also want to make it glass. So we're going to do a cutout. And this is already glass, I believe, but we could actually change it again. Right here, model, we're going to go to glass. And we're going to select what type of glass we want. We're going to go with this style. So now we're just going to extrude into this one. And now I think we could make a glass window. Boom. With a nice metal frame. How cool is that? You could actually see some of the steel behind it, which is kind of cool. All of it actually has it, which is awesome. So kind of interesting, you know, type of appearance. That actually a guy drinking some coffee. He's getting ready to go to work. So obviously you cannot climb the stairs, but this video is already long enough. So not going to be important, but what I want to do is I want to add more things to it as we go. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how our mini city grows. And of course, guys, you don't have to worry about the building falling down because look, we have a pretty big root, and that's all that matters because, you know, obviously it's a little bit tilted, and that's what we want. We want a big root in there as big as the building. That way it's going to be perfectly rooted. So yeah, imagine how much that's going to cost, as much as a building. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to this video, and more importantly, check out BricsCAD Software. This version is free. You could just simply download it. Let me actually remind you of what that looks like. It's BricsCAD Shape right here. It is free, and when you look at the products, BricsCAD Shape is free. So you could basically do from concept to model in minutes. It is definitely very true. And of course, there's always working on updates. They're adding, you know, like new tools and stuff like that. So yeah. And of course, if you're a professional, they have you covered. So you could get in here. You could basically learn it right away. It's not going to be that difficult because it's very similar to what you're using already. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care.
My name is Serge Zimaleta. I'm 37 years old, and yes, I experienced success after buying my first home for cash. Back in 2011, I was broke, but I learned to solve problems on my own. Now, I'm helping others to solve their problems. I know what pitfalls to avoid to stay profitable in business. Need motivation to be more successful in your life? Do you have Sprinter expedite or business problems? Then subscribe. Let's find creative solutions to your problems. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my helpful videos.